and surveillance and analytics company, Palantir recently posted what it called 22-point summary of CEO Alexander Karp's book, The Technological Republic. Written by Karp and Palantir's head of corporate affairs, Nicholas Samiska, The Technological Republic was published last year and described by its authors as the beginnings of the articulation of the theory behind Palantir's work. One critic said it was not a book at all, but a piece of corporate sales material. And London. London Mayor Sadiq Khan has praised Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif for Pakistan's role in supporting peace efforts between the US and Iran, and stressing that the Premier has shown considerable statesmanship and deserves lots of credit for the role he has played. Speaking to Geo News at the Vaisakhi Aki celebrations in Trafalgar Square of London, Mayor Khan said, and PM Shehbaz deserves great credit. We've seen Vice President J.D. Vance in Pakistan. We've seen the Iranian team in Pakistan. We want this ceasefire to be permanent. It's really important to recognize the importance of peacekeeping. And disputes are solved amicably and peacefully, and diplomacy is really important. And King Charles has commissioned acclaimed historian Anna Kie to write the official biography of his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, confirmed by Buckingham Palace. Kay, an award-winning author and director of the Landmark Trust, has been granted rare access to the Royal Archives, allowing her to study a vast collection of private papers and official documents linked to the life and reign of Britain's longest-serving monarch.
That Andre Royo has officially joined the cast of Man of Tomorrow, the upcoming Superman-related film directed by James Gunn. Royo is best known for playing Bubbles in The Wire, a role that made him widely loved and respected.
And Wizards Beyond Waverly Place is bringing back some familiar places for Season 2. Selena Gomez is set to reunite with Jennifer Stone and Maria Canals-Barrera for the upcoming second and final season of the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot. It was announced on Friday, April 17. And Indian officials called for the swift implementation of a proposed regional energy hub in Sri Lanka. At the start of bilateral talks in Colombo on Sunday, the planned oil hub in the northeastern port of Trincomalee featured in a meeting with Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, India's visiting Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri told reporters.
That Marden. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi said on Sunday that he had conveyed a message to incarcerated PTI founder Imran Khan, stating that he was ready to be in Islamabad, ostensibly to hold a power show in the federal capital. I conveyed to him that I am ready, the nation is ready, Pakistanis are ready. If you give us the go-ahead, we will be in Islamabad the next day, he told a charged crowd at a public gathering in Mardan.
And welcome back to TechCrunch Mobility, your hub for the future of transportation, and now more than ever, how AI is playing a part. To get this in your inbox, sign up here for free. Just click TechCrunch Mobility. A few weeks ago, and I wrote about how Uber seemed to be everywhere, all at once in the emerging autonomous vehicle technology sector. The Financial Times has now put a number on it, and the FT calculated that Uber has committed more than $10 billion to buying autonomous vehicles and taking equity stakes in the companies developing the tech, according to public records and discussions with folks behind the scenes. About $2, and $5 billion of that is in direct investments, with the remaining $7.5 billion to be spent on buying robotaxis over the next few years, the outlet reported. And US Energy Secretary Chris Wright on Sunday said he believes gas prices have peaked, but predicted that they may stay above 3 oils per gallon until next year. Gas prices have risen during the US and Israeli war on Iran and Iranian attacks on US bases in the Gulf region, creating political headwinds for President Donald Trump ahead of the November midterm elections, where his Republican Party will defend slim majorities in the Senate and House of Representatives. And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle returned to Australia this week for their first joint visit since 2018, kicking off a tightly packed 4-day programme, the tour began in Melbourne, with the couple visiting the Royal Children's Hospital before heading to the Australian National Veterans Arts Museum in Southbank. And Ryan Reynolds talked openly about the situation his wife Blake Lively is going through as her legal case with Justin Baldoni continues to move forward. While talking in a recent interview, Reynolds was asked how they have been dealing with such a public issue in their personal life. And Billie Eilish had her childhood dreams come true when she was chosen to be Justin Bieber's One Less Lonely Girl during Coachella, and it was all thanks to Hailey Bieber. On the final day of Bieberchella on Sunday, April 19, the headliner serenaded Billie, Justin's longtime friend and well-known fan, with his 2009 hit One Less Lonely Girl. The moment was a throwback to Justin's early tours, where he would often bring a fan on stage to be serenaded during the song. And Lisa became one of the most talked about names at Coachella 2026 after a surprising visual moment during DJ Anima's set. While the performance was happening, people watching the official live stream on YouTube saw something very unusual.
That Islamabad appeared all set on Sunday to host a second round of talks between the US and Iran, with President Donald Trump announcing that representatives from Washington were heading to Islamabad and they would be there tomorrow evening for negotiations. The US president made the announcement in a Truth Social post, where he also insisted that Washington was offering Tehran a very fair and reasonable deal.
And the Pakistan Software Houses Association hosted a high-profile HBL Piat Shah CXO meetup in Karachi on Friday, April 17, 2026. The exclusive event brought together leading IT industry executives, policy and government officials for detailed consultations on accelerating Pakistan's IT exports and navigating the nation's digital transformation. Ali Rashid, Special Assistant to the Chief Minister, SACM, Sindh on Information Technology, and attended as the chief guest. Addressing the gathering, he stated that Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah has positioned information technology as a fundamental pillar of the province's economic growth. And US President Donald Trump said on Sunday that US representatives would arrive in Islamabad on Monday evening for negotiations with Iran, and while warning that Washington could target Iranian infrastructure if Tehran rejects what he described as a fair and reasonable deal. In a post on Truth Social, and Trump said the talks would follow reported ceasefire violations near the Strait of Hormuz, where shipping disruptions have persisted despite earlier announcements that the waterway would reopen. And Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are currently enjoying their time in New York City ahead of their rumored wedding in the city, and made an unexpected appearance at a band's gig. The 36-year-old pop superstar and the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, also 36, managed to attend the gig without getting captured on camera and left a surprise for the musicians.
That Princess Anne spent the evening of April 16th in Dumfries, enjoying a vibrant concert at Easterbrook Hall with her continued support for Scotland's traditional music scene. Before taking her seat, the Princess Royal paused for a quieter moment, revisiting a tree planted by her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, during a 2010 visit alongside Prince Philip. That Richard Fleischman, who many people remember from Coronation Street, secretly got married to actress Celinde Schoenmaker after being engaged for 4 years. The couple kept their wedding very private and chose to celebrate it with just their close family in Cumbria. That, while the geopolitical stakes could not be higher amid the Middle East conflict, observers tracking Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's whirlwind diplomatic blitz this week have found themselves distracted by the Premier's impeccable presentation on the world stage. From April 15 to 18, PM Shehbaz undertook a 4-day sprint across Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Turkey. That Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has largely stayed out of spotlight in recent months, but long before controversies reshaped his public role, he once explored a very different creative path. Back in the 1990s, the former Duke of York developed a keen interest in photography, something those close to him at the time described as more than just a passing hobby. That Islamabad. Pakistan and Qatar are in an advanced stage of discussions for the supply of at least 4 cargoes of liquefied natural gas, LNG, which could pass through the Strait of Hormuz, sources told Dawn on Sunday. They also said that after facing criticism over load shedding even before the start of summer, the power division had already placed an order to the petroleum division for arranging around 400 million cubic feet per day, MSAVD, of liquefied natural gas, LNG, for power generation.
And US President Donald Trump has confirmed that US negotiators will be arriving in Islamabad on Monday evening to hold the second round of talks with Iran, while warning Tehran of dire consequences if it rejected a peace deal with Washington. My representatives are going to Islamabad, Pakistan. They will be there tomorrow, Monday evening, for negotiations, the US President wrote in a post on his Truth Social on Sunday. And Quetta Gladiators won the toss and elected to field first against Peshawar Zalmi in the 29th match of the Pakistan Super League. PSL 11 at Karachi's National Bank Stadium on Sunday. Peshawar Zalmi, Muhammad Haris, Babra Azam, C, Kusal Mendis, Aaron Hardy, Farhan Yousaf, Iftikhar Ahmed, Michael Bracewell, Abdul Samad, Sufyan Mukim, Muhammad Basit and Ali Raza.
That. India Hicks gave followers a charming peek into a family celebration as she marked her mother, Lady Pamela Hicks's remarkable 97th birthday on Sunday, and the moment was warm. Sharing a light-hearted video on Instagram, India captured a quiet start to the day.
And Jesse Nelson has asked for urgent help after her daughter's car was stolen from outside her home, and the situation has left her deeply upset. The incident happened around 3 a.m. on Sunday in Brentwood when the singer's black Range Rover Defender was taken from her driveway. And Islamabad appeared all set on Sunday to host a second round of talks between the US and Iran, with President Donald Trump announcing that representatives from Washington were heading to Islamabad and they would be there tomorrow evening for negotiations. The US president made the announcement in a Truth Social post, where he also insisted that Washington was offering Tehran a very fair and reasonable deal. And it happens in every emerging industry. Founders and investors push toward a common goal until the money starts to roll in and that shared vision begins to diverge. Cracks are emerging in the fusion power world, and which I saw firsthand at the Economist Fusion Fest in London last week. It didn't dampen the overall buoyant mood lifted by Fusion Startups' fundraising haul of $1.6 billion in the last 12 months. But people had differing opinions on 2 key questions. When should Fusion Startups go public? And are side businesses a distraction? And the German embassy in Islamabad has announced the temporary closure of its visa section due to road closures in the capital linked to security arrangements surrounding the next round of US-Iran negotiations, expected to take place next week, according to a statement shared by German ambassador to Pakistan Ina Lapel on X, formerly Twitter. The visa section will remain closed from the 20th of April 2026 until at least 21 April 2026. And is Justin Bieber about to hit the road again, or just trolling the internet a little? Fans are spiraling in a fun way after a quiet update on his official website hinted at something big.